These men have lots of time to do the work that people on the outside don't necessarily have the time to do. So you're going to find a lot of wisdom when you come to prison, and deep work, and evolved individuals.
Growing up, I've gone through a lot of trauma, and that trauma manifested itself in violence, drug and alcohol addiction, and many other things, ultimately landed me in a position where I murdered Mr. Hicks.
At the age of 19, I was sentenced to 55 years to life for the first-degree murder of an off-duty police officer.
As a result of my actions, I was sentenced to 173 years with 9 consecutive life terms. The wrong time in the wrong place became a reality to me by hanging out with the wrong friends.
At the age of 21, I was sentenced to 50 years to life for that decision.
I'm feeling a bit nervous, anxious. My palms are sweating. We're heading towards the Soledad prison, and we're gonna go visit our brothers in blue. And I just think it's really hard for the brothers in there because all they see is just the wire fences, they see walls, and that's just really like a nightmare to me.
I feel really nervous and a little scared to walk inside.
That right there, that's it. And this is freedom. This is how close freedom is, but it's really hard to obtain.
And that led to me being a victim of very violent assaults when I was 13.
After you have a daughter, it's like, it really hits you. Like, when you disrespect a woman and then you got a daughter, it hits you different. What if somebody do that to my daughter?
There's deep sharing in the circles, and sometimes it's for the first time that someone has acknowledged the harm that they've done, or looking at their childhood and connecting the harm that was done to them and the harm that they caused to others. So there's a deep exposure and then the comfort of the group. There really is just such support. And I think that it lifts a burden, and by taking account, it starts the steps for their healing.
You have to be something that you didn't want to be, as in like, you have to be tough. Because if you wasn't tough, then you a victim.
I'm very interested in victim-offender dialogues and the healing that can come from that. The whole restorative justice process, it's beautiful. So for the people that are sitting in circle, it's probably that experience for them.
And I'm sorry for all of the messed up things that you guys had to grow up with. All of the things that might have impacted the choices that you have made.
The young students, over and over, they say this is the most meaningful program that they've participated in their time. And I think that it is just so moving, because you would never hear what life is like on the streets and in the gangs, and what it's like to have killed somebody and then try to live with that for the rest of your life.
I thought not that many people could relate to me based upon my upbringing and my involvement with criminality and gangs and things of that nature. I was like, there's no way this 60-year-old ex-school teacher is going to be able to relate with me. And it was just shocking the way she was brought up and the way I was brought up. Though there was a lot of differences, there was more similarities.
Hearing the stories and the experiences that these men have and how the work that they're doing in terms of facing their past, it just is so moving to me. This is the 4th time that I've come back, and there's such gratitude. When we shake hands, at the end of the day, I've known that I've made a difference in people's lives. And I learn from them. There's so much wisdom. There's so much talent.
You know, I do go into some of my trauma, so hopefully it doesn't trigger anybody. But this is like what we do here. Empathy in action. Empathy in action, compassion for bastards. Adverse childhood experiences mastered. Symptoms of trauma come after. Adverse experiences tamper with our manners. Empathy detergent, dirty clothes in our hamper. Laughter, an evocative cue that came after. I was urinated on and laughed at. Couldn't get past that. Mask that pain with the sex abuse and pack that. Bottled in and capped that. Stacked that like pack rats. Trauma in my backpack. Backlash explode like...
I can't wait to see what the brothers are going to do, but I know that it's going to be awesome. There's artists and poets and spoken word. I just love the energy. If we put the resources that we're putting into prison, into education and drug rehabilitation and guaranteed income and fought poverty, it would make so much more sense. Hurt people, healed people, heal people.
Like they go back inside their cell, and it's a pretty small cell, right? And then all they see is the 4 walls again. While we here, we see the lights, the cars, the clouds, the mountains. And I think we should be really grateful.
I know some of you guys are going through the same traumas that we faced in here. And I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. There's so many people out there that's willing to help if you just let your voice be heard, right? And what helps me today is proper self-care practices. And what self-care does for me is about how I take care of myself, the boundaries I set, who I let into my life, how many people I turn to ask for help. I have so many people surrounding me today that I'm able to speak about the worst traumas I've gone through in a healthy way, and that's the most important thing.